Hello, welcome to your midweek meditation. My name is Faye, and I go live here on this platform every Wednesday around 12:30 Eastern time, but it's definitely getting closer to 1 o'clock, so that might change very soon in the near future, actually. So I do that 12:30 Eastern time, and my mission is to empower you to invite in a little more peace, joy, and presence into your life. I have found a lot of benefit from guided meditation, from simple breathing techniques to moving meditations and stuff like that. So I want to be able to share. And if you're wondering, I'm also looking at two different cameras here because I am live on Instagram as well as in my Facebook group, A Pathway to Peace, and my Facebook page, Your Mindful Breath. Up here as well. So I'm looking at both screens. So that's why you might see my eyes going in two different directions. Well, I guess they're going in the same direction. But anyways, for today's practice, we are going to be doing a little bit of work on self-love and feeling worthy. We're going to do a little bit of stretches and stuff like that. But before I get into it, I can see I have a couple people on. If you want to feel free and drop a comment down below letting me know how everything's going, if you can hear and see me okay. Because last week we had a little technical glitch area where I couldn't see anyone, or they couldn't see me on my Facebook group. But don't worry, we had the Instagram backup, so we were all good there. But feel free to drop a comment letting me know how you're doing, or if you're here catching the replay, drop a hashtag replay down below, and letting me know how you're doing or where in the world you're tuning in from. And so, like I said, this practice, we're going to do a few seated stretches, and then we'll move into a little bit of a meditation practice with some affirmations that you can say to yourself, repeat out loud. They're going to be, I am worthy, and I am enough. So let's go ahead and get into that. Hello, Peter. Welcome. So glad you can make it. So I am seated in a chair, but you can be seated on the floor as well. If you're seated in a chair, maybe you want to come to the edge of your chair so your feet can be planted on the ground for some of our stretching work. This is part of a grounding practice, allowing ourselves to connect down to the ground beneath us, whether we're wearing shoes or we're not. All right, so we're just gonna start out with a little bit of gentle hip circles. So just starting to leave your hands on your knees, and we're starting to just move in our chair around whatever direction you want, clockwise, counterclockwise, it doesn't really matter. We're just kind of warming up the body, and maybe you start to add in some shoulder movements here, kind of having a little bit of fun, a little bit of play with this, right? It doesn't have to be structured and perfect. It can be kind of messy, right? Life isn't always structured and perfect. So we're just going with the flow of life, allowing ourselves to just move in, whatever way feels good and most natural or maybe unnatural to you, and just noticing what that feels like. This free movement here, invitation to move however you like. Maybe you do a little bit of neck stretches, side to side. All right, so whenever you feel evened out on your hip circles, your seated circles here, you can come to stillness, and we'll make our way into seated cow and cat. So I'm gonna leave my hands on my legs and knees to help give me a little bit of leverage here. So we'll take a big breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. And then as we exhale, we're going to push our hands onto our knees and then round our back, tucking our chin as we breathe out, pushing the air out. So this is our cat pose, and then we're going to move into cow by inhaling, starting to broaden the collarbones, bringing that heart forward. Inhale all the way in through the nose. And then as you exhale, starting to round the back, tucking the chin. Connecting the breath to your movement to your breath. You can move at your own pace. We'll do a couple of rounds of this to help open up the heart, move the spine a little bit. Maybe you close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, so you can deepen into the sensation of moving with your breath. And then when you feel evened out, finishing up your last round, we can meet back up in a seated, neutral position here. Hands can be comfortable on the lap. I'm just going to do a side body stretch. So let's inhale those hands up to the sky. And you can just bring the hands together. You can clasp them. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to bring them up on our inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to bring them over to one side. Exhaling, opening up that side body here. Inhale back to center. And then exhale over to the other side. And if you want to continue with heart openers, opening up this chest area, you can try noticing what it feels like to kind of push your elbow back so you're shining your heart forward and up. So let's inhale, returning back to center, and exhale, bending over to that other side. Inhale all the way up. And then exhale down to the other side. Inhale up. And then exhale down to the other side. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. All right, inhale back up. Gonna add in my favorite cactus arm pose, bringing the elbows down. So we're like goal posting the arms here, shining that heart forward, really getting into this heart space as we move into the meditation aspect. Breathing in, rise those hands back up to the sky. And exhale, draw the elbows down, opening the heart. Feeling a nice stretch across the chest. Inhale them up, exhale them down. Can maybe now bring the hands over, one hand on top of the other, it doesn't matter which direction. And we're gonna just give ourselves a gentle little self-hug here. Maybe you start to gently squeeze the shoulders and the arms and just noticing what this feels like. Does it feel weird? Have you ever done this before? Maybe it's uncomfortable. Maybe you're all for it and it's not weird at all. It doesn't matter. You can't do this wrong. We'll engage in this little self-hug, self-massage at the end of our practice, at the end of our meditation. So you'll have another chance to come back to it. So whenever you're ready, you can allow the hands to come down to your lap. Getting comfortable in your seat. Maybe you need to make a few minor adjustments here. Allowing yourself to sit up nice and tall, the shoulders over the hips, the ears over the shoulders. A nice relaxed belly. The hands are relaxed. Maybe you start to close the eyes and focus your attention on your breath. Notice the breath coming in through the nose and watch the breath leave the body. Breathing in and breathing out. And just take a moment to notice the quality of the mind. Is your mind racing right now? Are you feeling calm and relaxed? There's no wrong answer here. We're just simply noticing what and how we are feeling right now. Do you notice any tension you might be holding on to or gripping onto in the body? And if so, see if you can soften and relax. Maybe the toes are gripping into the ground. See if you can soften those. Maybe picking up the feet and lowering them down. Picking up the toes and lowering them down. Allowing yourself to be heavy and relaxed in the seat. Maybe notice if your mind is beginning to wander. And if it does so at all during this practice, know that that's okay. Understand that's just what the brain does. And whenever you acknowledge that thinking mind, simply return back to this present moment. Maybe that's the breath, maybe it's the sounds in your environment, the sensations of breathing and being present in your body. You can do this as many times as you need to throughout the practice. Allow the breath to be relaxed and easy. Not trying to force anything here. Invitation to bring one hand or both hands up to your heart space. This space where we can express and receive love and kindness. This space that houses compassion, acceptance, worthiness. Simply acknowledge what it feels like if you chose to have your hands over your heart. Is there any difficulty? Any sensations you notice? Maybe the beating of your heart. Maybe there's discomfort. Whatever you notice, know that it's okay. You can't do this practice wrong. Just continue to be here and be present with everything that's showing up. And if anything gets too difficult, you can always open the eyes and bring yourself back into the space that you're in. Allowing a couple moments of silence to reconnect to your breath. Noticing the breath in and noticing the breath out. Not trying to force anything. You can start to sprinkle in these affirmations as you breathe in. You can repeat to yourself, I am worthy. And as you breathe out, repeat to yourself, I am enough. Breathing in, I am worthy. And breathing out, I am enough. Breathing in, I am worthy. And breathing out, I am enough. Continue doing this at your own pace. And just notice what sensations or what feelings do you feel when you repeat these affirmations? Is there resistance, acceptance, something else? It's okay. Just continue to breathe. Breathe in, I am worthy. And breathe out, I am enough. Stay here for just a few more breaths. You can slowly allow those affirmations to start to fade away from the thinking mind. Maybe the hands come back down to the lap. And simply notice, how are you feeling right now in this moment? There's no wrong answer. I'm going to shift into another short part of this meditation, which is to visualize yourself, looking at yourself in the mirror, looking in your eyes, looking at the face, Sometimes this can be a difficult experience, and that's okay. You are strong and capable of looking at this reflection and just noticing, what do you see? Is there tiredness, pain, or sadness? Maybe you see love, joy. Or maybe you notice nothing and it's a very neutral experience for you. And that's okay too. Repeat these words, these phrases to your reflection, just like them telling them to yourself. Tell your reflection, I love you. You are beautiful. You are worthy of happiness and peace and love. Imagine sending this breath now to your heart space. Maybe you start to visualize a warm light of love starting to pour into your heart, filling you up with self-love, providing this limitless, warm, glowing light, allowing it to permeate you from your heart center and extend outward to the rest of your body. Allow this warm light to soothe you, to provide relaxation and comfort as it continues to spread over your entire being. Continuing to breathe here, knowing that this limitless love is always here whenever you need it. Simply need to look within. We'll extend the arms out nice and wide, opening up the heart again, right? We've done all this beautiful heart work here. And then we're going to start to wrap the hands around. Maybe you do the opposite hand on top that you did previously. If you can't remember, that's okay too. And just start to gently hug yourself. Maybe you tuck your chin into your chest, providing a little comfort, a nice stretch in the back of the neck as well. And breathing in lots of love. And breathing out lots of love as you continue this self-hug. Maybe you start to gently squeeze the arms down to the forearms and the elbows and the wrists. Taking a moment to notice how this self-hug and self-massage feels different, or maybe it feels the same as when we did it previously. Maybe it feels a little less weird if that was your first time doing it. And remembering that we have this beautiful self-touch within us, that we can embrace ourselves in love and kindness. We have all this love inside of us that we can just simply tap into whenever we need it. Let's take a couple grounding breaths here. Nice deep breath in through the nose, filling all the way up. And a slow and even exhale out through the mouth, releasing, letting everything go. Beautiful. 2 more times just like that. Maybe the hands come down to your lap if that's easier for you to breathe. Nice rich breath in through the nose. And a relaxed and loving exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big breath in through the nose. And then a slow and even exhale out through the mouth. Releasing, letting everything go. Allowing the eyes to start to blink open, welcoming yourself back into this space. Thank you so much for practicing with me today for your midweek meditation. Today's practice was definitely a little bit longer than the normal practices, but if you enjoyed it, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know how it went for you, or what your experience was. There's no wrong answer here. And as always, I do these meditations every Wednesday around 12:30 Eastern time. Maybe it's going to be more like 1 o'clock now, though, because that's just a pattern I'm picking up on myself. And I myself am also practicing some self-love and compassion of just life. And so, flexibility comes with that as well. So we might be shifting the time a little bit. But thank you again so much for joining me for today's practice. And if you're interested in more guided meditations similar to this for love and compassion or anxiety and stress, feel free to send me a DM or comment down below, and I can send you a link to some other guided meditations that are really popular that I've done as well. And I'm also going to be going live on the Insight Timer for a loving kindness meditation practice as well. So if you're more into this love and kindness and compassion stuff and you want to get more of it, more extended versions of this, more time to chat, feel free to join me there on the Insight Timer app. I think I will end up doing it on Monday, next Monday, probably 11 a.m. Eastern time. I was going to do it over the weekend, but I actually end up having a workshop I need to attend. So I am going to be shifting that. But again, there are tons of already guided meditations that I have on Insight Timer, as well as my YouTube channel. And I can send you a direct link to maybe the type that you're looking for. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And as you can always DM me. So thank you again so much for joining, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week or day or night, wherever you are, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.